Hey everybody, I think it's been a while since I've posted a video with yard sale finds and that. I know tail end of September, first part of November there was quite a few, probably first and second week in November, there was quite a few videos that covered stuff that I had picked up in September, I think. Made a real killing at a yard sale and also an estate, and those were like multi-part because there was so much stuff. And I know some people don't tune into my channel to watch those kind of videos, so appreciate you bearing with me when we get back to some of the other more interesting things. By now I have posted some more Wells Index videos because I'm back to work on that project. And tonight I'm going to do kind of a little bargains type of video here, because this is basically, I got a couple of items from the tool store, barely anything. I haven't done a lot lately since I bought the Wells mill. Might be something coming this weekend, going to a swap meet and car show in Connecticut, and there's a good possibility I'm going to run into some tool buys there. So anyways, this stuff here, I got a couple, like I said, just a couple little things from the tool store, and then a box of stuff that I picked up off the guy who I bought the Wells Index parts mill, the donor mill. He had this lathe that he was selling, and it was missing tailstock, missing the compound, and it was an unusual lathe. It was a slant bed lathe made by an English manufacturer, I forgot who, Williams maybe. Well, anyways, long story short, wasn't going to buy another lathe, but when I was poking around in the area of the lathe and the cabinet down below, I saw some stuff. He was already talking about that he was going to scrap the lathe. So I basically took a bunch of stuff that was in the cabinet there, threw it all in a box, and we went back and forth, and I got the box full of stuff for 40 bucks. Alright, so the first thing I want to show you is the tool store buys. I only had a couple items. This was off his bargain table of junk in the middle of the store. Price is always fluctuating on that. This week it happened to be, or the week when I got this thing, it was at $2. He had some larger foot pedal speed controls on that table when it was at $5, and I was thinking of snagging one of them. I didn't end up getting them, and then at some point I think he dropped the price and somebody grabbed them, and they were, you know, a little bit larger and heftier than this. So I'm picking through the table and I come across this thing, and it's clearly it's a foot speed control for something. Now, I have no idea what this is for. Well, actually, I shouldn't say I have no idea. I have not been able to figure out exactly what this is for, because I can find no maker's name whatsoever on this. Now, I could probably repurpose this easy enough, but it would involve cutting off this very unique plug. It's a 2-pin. There's 2 holes here that obviously go over 2 pins. So I'm suspecting this could possibly be for a sewing machine. Okay, so this might actually be a foot speed control for a sewing machine. I just don't know. It would be really cool if it was a foot speed control for like a sensitive drill press or something like that. But if anybody recognizes this type of a pin out here, if they want to chime in, chances are I'm probably going to Google or just look at on eBay maybe at some foot controls for some sewing machines and see whether or not this might be a standard for old singers, for all I know. I don't know. But anyways, I figured what I'd do is, this thing is not even screwed together, it's just popped together. So if I take a screwdriver and I just pry here, I can actually pop this right open and peek inside. And that's interesting how that's made. So it's not what I expected at all. So instead of the classic rheostat, which is what I expected to see, they actually got a mechanism here that actually moves this arm, and the arm, as it moves across, loses contact with the point before it and hits the next contact. So that's really kind of weird. Never seen one like that. And then these things that look like springs are probably nichrome wire. Nichrome wire is a wire typically used in, I think they use it in heating elements and other applications, but it's wire that has an electrical resistance to it. So when they put it in a spring form like this, it has electrical resistance and can dissipate heat, which makes it act like a power resistor. So this, by the looks of this ceramic part and these nichrome wires, this looks like this could actually handle some decent current. But again, we have no way of knowing. Apparently this is not going to be conclusive either. I was hoping I would see a maker's name on the inside of this thing, but there's nothing. Nothing. Oh well, it's worth a shot. So let's see, this went on like this. Oh, I see. There's a couple of little dimples right there that lock in. So kind of neat, the simplicity of the thing, the way it's made to just snap together. No screws required. Helps it to be easy to service, cheaper to make, and yet it's by no means cheap. It's actually pretty well put together. The easiest way to do this is to just, there we go. Alright, so $2 for the little foot pedal control that I have absolutely no use for at the moment. But I was thinking maybe if I maybe made a rotary welding table or something like that, had a small motor on it that I wanted to control the speed of rotation, I could maybe use that for something like that down the road. And then he had a metal cabinet there for sale for a while, and I'd walked by it several times previously in different visits to the store, and this time I don't know why I just happened to stick out for me was this big magnet, and it was stuck to the door, and it's really a nice magnet. It's solid. It's really pretty strong, and it's got a threaded stud on it, so it'd be easy enough to adapt that to do something with. Somebody had written list $13.15 on here, so I don't know if it came out of a store or what. So I took it off the cabinet and I walked up to the counter to pay for that, and I said to him, I said, "What do you want for that?" He says, "Where'd you get that?" I said, "It was on that metal cabinet." So he says, go ahead and take it. So that's a freebie. I like those kind of freebies. Just threw it and it stuck right to that cabinet. It's a sweetie. Alright, so now the rest of the stuff in the box here is the stuff that I pilfered from, well, I didn't really pilfer it. The stuff that I scored from that cabinet down below that old lathe at the welding shop where I bought the Wells Index mill. Not my good mill, the donor mill. So, look at that. Dead center. That's a big sucker. That dead center might actually be, I wonder if that one will fit. Let's see, I need a 4.5 Morse taper for my Vernon lathe. Oh, that's right. I've got the chuck on there, so I'm not going to be checking that anytime soon. All right, well, so I got this big dead center, and then here's a small one. Put some crap on it. Okay. And then here's a live center. Okay, a little bit of surface rust on it, but turns nice and smooth and free. Okay. that could stand to be reground. But that looks like I don't know, like a cheapy name, like a Enco maybe, or you know, Phase 2, one of them, or MSC type deals. I don't see any markings on it. So somewhere on here there's probably a number to tell me what taper this is, but that. This 4-way tool post, missing some screws, some bolts. I'm thinking maybe if I clean this up I might be able to find a maker on this. Oh, there's a W stamped on it. There's a 0 or an O over here and a W over here in this corner. Anyways. So, 4-way tool post. There we go. So that looks like that'll still be serviceable with a little bit of cleanup. And then this T-nut was in there. I already checked; it doesn't fit the Vernon. I haven't checked it on the Hendy. But actually, this seems kind of tall. This might go with the other goodie, which is this tool post. This is a, I can tell by the, well actually, there's no doubt about it, right there. Phase 2. This is a Phase 2. A filthy Phase 2. Quick change tool post, stock number 250-200. Now, this will correspond typically to a specific size Aloris, and my understanding is that a lot of the holders are interchangeable, and judging from the size of this one, I would say this is a BXA size wise. Man, I can't get over how filthy this thing is. But so Phase 2, you know, nothing great, but better than nothing. And it came with this holder with a brazed carbide cutting tip on it. There we go. And it does lock. So it came with that. And then there was only one other holder hanging around, and it was this one. And this has got knurling wheels on one side, so it's a knurling holder. But the interesting thing is, it's got a slot on the back side, so you can put a cutter in there. So essentially, you can use this for one operation and then turn it around and use it for another operation. So it's an interesting little holder there. Both of these holders are Phase 2. This is a 250-210. This one is a 250-201. And the cutter in this is a, I don't know, AR10 something. I have no idea what that is. So easily, this holder, even though it's a Phase 2 with these two, this tool post with these two holders right here is easily worth, you know, 50 or 60 bucks. And then there was this one spanner wrench, okay, which I figured, what the heck, I can't think of a good reason to leave that behind. And this actually looks like the kind of wrench that comes with a angle grinder. Wouldn't be surprised at all if that fits one of my angle grinders. But the interesting thing is there's two sized pins on this, so it can do double duty on something. And then I got this whole box of cutters. So this is a Kennametal K68C12. Okay, that's an interesting cutter there. You see the profile on that one? This is AR12C2. This must be another cemented carbide or ceramic or something. I don't know what the heck. And so I got a few of these. There's a big meaty sucker there. I wonder if that's a boring bar. Bunch of short ones. First I thought that was broken, but now I see somebody just ground the radius on that by design. Boy, that one's been ground severely for some special little job. And then one indexable holder. So that's nice. This is a Kennametal 6340 2002 CH6 yada yada yada, I don't know, but is that uses little square inserts, and then oddly enough 3 open packages of inserts, but the funny thing is these are triangle shaped, so they actually don't fit that holder. In here. These are marked cast or steel. These are Korea Tungsten is the brand on these. Made in Korea. Korea Tungsten. Well, that's funny. This says oh no, C2. Okay, that's alright. So that's it. That's that pile there. Needs a good cleaning, but got some usable stuff there. So this will be one of my shortest flea market finds types of videos, and some people will probably be happy about that. Oh, I guess before I'll wrap this segment up, I'll show what a little bit of work in the parts cleaner, and boy, did that clean up nice. It's excellent shape actually by the looks of it. A little bit of light rust on the handle here and a couple of spots, but for the most part, really good shape. No signs it's ever been crashed. Same thing with the holders. You can see they still look really good. This 4-way tool post, cleaned it up and can now see that it's actually numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the 4 positions on the top. But that's the only, that and the letter W and O on the bottom are the only markings I can find on this thing. So I don't know, but I think maybe the maker of this is going to remain a mystery. Alright, till next time. Hey everybody. Hopefully it's been a while since you've had to take to Way to Sell It, Steve.